Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you. The very first thing we're going to do is to soften our abacha. Into this we'll add normal temperature water and hot water to get our warm water. Please warm water. We're going to be using these tiny cuts of abacha for this recipe. So you add your abacha into this warm water. Make sure the water is a little bit above the abacha and you turn it very well so that the abacha can absorb the water. Then you strain after 1 minute, or when you see that your abacha is slightly soft, not very soft. So you strain this and leave the abacha in the sieve until you're ready to use the abacha. That's why we're doing it first before preparing any other ingredients. So please take notes. I said slightly soft is because it's still going to absorb water even in the sieve, so you need to be careful. Now into our pot, we're adding our ehuru or ehuru as some people call it. These ones still have the shell on. You can buy the one without the shells on and you still roast them. So after roasting this, I'm going to bring them out, allow it to cool a bit. After it cools a bit, you then remove the shells. You can remove it by pounding or using stone to remove it. So we'll remove the shells. I'm using the pounding method here. I'll remove it and then use my hands to carefully remove every shell from it and then pound this ehuru here in a powdered form. No one wants to be eating abacha with ehuru lumps in it. This means showing you that there are ehurus without the shells on. You can buy them from the market like that. If you get the ones without the shells on, also roast them and then blend them to get the powdered form. So the next thing we're going to do is to roast our crayfish. Don't miss this step if you're using this recipe. Roast that crayfish. Roast it very well until it's kind of dark or it hardens. It will harden up and it will be very easy to pound. So this means roasting it very well, and I'm going to sieve it because I don't want the black things in it. If you don't have time to sieve it, you can actually use the black things there and it won't do anything. So I'm pounding this. I removed it because sometimes it can be bitter. So you need to be very careful. Let me not lie. So you pound this you don't need it to be like in powdered form because we want to see abacha kind. Want to see crayfish in your abacha. So just don't mind if it's powdered or not. It's perfect the way it is, like raw form. So this is okay. To our pot, we're going to be adding in our oil. Make sure it's heated up, then add in your blended onions, chopped onions or cut onions. I like mine blended because I don't like seeing onions in my abacha. You can always omit this if you don't even want onions in your abacha. It's not really a must. So you turn this until it's fried like this. And here I'm just going to remove some oil because I want to mix it with raw pepper and keep it aside because I want to be eating abacha and pepper. So you can always fry this up, but I don't like frying it. I just mix the pepper with the oil and then it's fine. Done with that, I'll be adding other ingredients into this oil. I'm putting in bouillon cubes, seasoning cubes. I'm adding salt. Then I'm turning this. I want to add in our ogiri bo. Very important. Then the ehuru. You can see I didn't add the whole ehuru into this oil because I don't want it to overpower, because ehuru can be strong, so you need to control this. So I'm adding in crayfish, and you know crayfish now, if you fry crayfish for too long, it's just going to make everything bitter, so you need to be careful. This should be like the last thing you're going to add, and then just bring it down from your stove, because you don't want it to be bitter at all. It's just going to spoil everything. So I'm going to show you this abacha that we strained. You can see it's still in the sieve because it has to be there. Now look at the water that came out from this abacha. That's why I said once it's slightly soft, just remove it. You don't need to use hot water and you don't need to leave it for too long. So try and eat it and see if you like it, and then strain immediately. So into this, I'm going to be pouring in an oil mixture. We're going to do this batch by batch because we need to control it. So you turn this. If you need more oil, you add into it, and make sure you turn very, very well. You need to turn this very, very well, so the oil mixture and the ingredients we put in the oil can go around this abacha. And my dear people, you can see now, I tried turning it with this spatula and it wasn't giving me what I wanted. I was like, what's going on here? Is it because I want to film for you people? This is not how I do it at home. So let me show you how I do it at home. It's not going to hurt your fingers or it's not going to hurt anything, because the abacha is cold and the mixture is kind of, is warm. So it's perfect. So war your abacha very well. That's turn your abacha very well. That's do your abacha very well. That's Igbo. So you turn this very, very well. You have to use your hand and turn it very, very well, as if you're like washing it. Is it washing? No, it's not washing. Just turn it very well up big. So into this, I noticed that my ehuru wasn't ehuring. So I added more ehuru into this, the remaining ehuru, and then the remaining crayfish added into this. And you can also add your Ogiri Igbo if you want to perceive your Ogiri Igbo while eating, or if you're a fan of Ogiri Igbo like me. So I added more, but you need to be careful because you know Ogiri Igbo now. So you need to add small bit by bit, and until you get what you want, then that's fine. So I added it in, and I turned this again very well, because you don't want the ingredients to just be on one side. You know, some abacha, if you eat it, you taste more salt in this part and less salt in this part. That's why we're turning it very, very well. Look at my hand movement. You can use this hand movement or just turn it well. So I'm going to be adding in our another secret ingredient, our pepper, blended pepper. If you want to know what's the combination of this pepper, please check down my cheapest market in Enugu for food stuff. That's where I got this pepper from, and you see the peppers I used for this blended grounded pepper. So I'm going to turn this, and our abacha is ready. You will serve this abacha. If you have oba, serve it with oba. You can see my oba video below this one. Serve it with oba, and you can garnish it with your garden eggs, your garden egg leaves, utazi leaf, your onions, anything, and your fish. Fresh fish if you want, any kind of fish if you want. Just garnish this very well and enjoy yourself. This life is one. We're not living this life alive, so we need to, enjoy yourself. Look at this. This is the fresh pepper and oil that we removed earlier on. So I put it on the fish. I love using it to eat my abacha. This is me garnishing the abacha with. Look at that beauty. What other way to enjoy abacha if not with palm wine? Sweet palm wine, no, freshly tapped palm wine. Guys, look at this now. You want some? I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you loved it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please, please, please. Thank you, and bye-bye.